Hey Saints, I'm Andrew Gilbert.
And I'm Spencer Baldwin.
Last week was homecoming week. Reporters Amy Hedges and Caitlin Riley interviewed the King and Queen candidates and were there for the coronation.
Feels good. I didn't think I'd be picked, but I am.
I wasn't expecting it, but I mean, it feels really cool. Thank you guys. Shout out senior class 2K19.
Told everyone to vote for Jake Diebert instead of me, and somehow I ended up on the roster.
My friends did it as a joke, but it's cool, I guess.
It's cool. I didn't really expect it.
Pretty good, I guess. Like I said, I had no idea that I was going to be chosen, and just feel like my friends love me, and it's nice to have them there and to nominate me. I feel just an honor.
Kind of feel honored to be represented.
I'm super excited and really happy to just be up there to represent everybody.
As a freshman, it can be hard to adjust from the middle school over to the high school. So we asked freshmen if they had any questions and had some seniors answer them. Paige Aldrich found out what the questions were.
What's one question you have for the seniors?
What's your favorite lunch?
My favorite lunch is probably chicken parm.
Yours.
What's your favorite memory from high school? My favorite memory from high school is football games.
What their least favorite class that they took was.
My least favorite class was chemistry.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints. And now to sports.
Fall sports are off to a great start, celebrating homecoming last week. The Saints battled Rogers and came out on top with a score of 24-20. This fall, the fans have been able to experience the first finished products of last year's bond referendum, as the stadium bleachers and track were completed just in time for the first home game. This year, Justin Albachten, Sam Aldrich, and Tanner Lowe report.
So what went into the decision for getting the new bleachers?
The process for us to get new bleachers started probably 2013, 2012 maybe. We had some people. We had actually one player's parent who had a hip or knee replacement and could not get into our bleachers at the current time the way they were, and refused to be in a wheelchair because he was too proud of a human being to sit on the track.
Well, I'm excited that we have the new bleachers. I do think there's a few things we still need to address. We're still trying to figure out kind of how to use traffic flow through that area and stuff like that, and also kind of to make sure it's safe for everybody.
As a super fan, I'd say that I'm very upset that everyone has to set up on the actual bleachers and stand on there and can't be by the fence. I feel like it totally ruins the high school memories of being by the fence and just like jumping around and getting crazy.
In more football news, the Saints had a hard-fought win on September 7th against Buffalo. Captain Wyatt Schroeder had a great game, which makes him our first featured athlete of this year.
I'm Wyatt Schroeder. I'm a junior. I have been playing varsity football since my freshman year, and I play wide receiver. We were throwing a pass down the field, and I was running my route, and Tay kind of underthrew me, and it got tipped up into the air by the defensive back, and I'm catching out of the air and scoring a touchdown.
Wyatt, he's been playing for the varsity this is his third year playing varsity football, and he's really grown up a lot between years 2 and 3, both physically and mentally, and he shows up every day to practice, wanting to be a leader by example, and he wants the ball on Friday nights.
What was your initial reaction?
I was just super excited because I knew we were going to win the game. We've never beaten Buffalo when I've been playing at least, so it was really cool.
What was your initial reaction after you caught that ball?
It was a great play, a great effort play by Wyatt. Heads up play by tipping the ball and keeping it in the air and keeping his control of his body and control of the football. And special players are able to make plays when teams need it most.
In other sports, volleyball is having a great season with 8 wins, 1 loss, and second place at the North Branch tourney. They have a home game tomorrow night against St. Michael Albertville. Boys soccer has kicked into high gear, racking up 5 wins and 5 losses, including a win against last year's conference champs Chisago Lakes. They played Big Lake Monday night at home, and they play away at Monticello this Thursday. Their next home game is a rescheduled game against Princeton on October 1st, and another game, this rival Cambridge Isani Blue Jackets, is on October 2nd at 7 p.m. Girls soccer has 6 wins and 4 losses after their home game this past Saturday against Tartan. They have a string of away games until landing back at home on October 4th to head off against Buffalo. Girls tennis hosted a home tourney on Saturday against Mora, Big Lake, and Cloquet. They beat all 3 teams. Senior Marlis Green continues to excel in singles competition. Finally, the cross-country team competed in 40th annual Malacca Mega Meet, bringing home a number of PRs for the team. That's all this week for Saints.